would like to say something about meditation, because I know some of you are engaged in this regular meditation practice, or some of you are interested to do it better or to get more guidance around that. And so there are I would say there are several multiple types of meditation. So that's why it's important to be really discriminant and cautious and discerning and picky about the guidance that you receive about this meditation, because meditation is an essential sadhana of multiple spiritual traditions. However, as the Western mind, we took and translated and picked this and that, and then basically this practice, which ultimately is C influence, it helps in becoming more conscious, yeah, and comes as a gift from conscious beings throughout humanity, somehow has been removed from the source. So it's not Ramana teaching you now how to meditate, or it's not Dogen teaching you how to meditate, or it's not the master itself walking you through, and it's taken out of context, it's translated, adapted, taken by some psychologist, and it's taken by various people, and it doesn't have the purity. You know, conscious C influence is that it's an influence that is conscious in its origin and conscious in its manifestation, and has a effect of raising our own level of consciousness. Yeah, that's C influence. However, when these things has been taken out and plunged into an overall life, which is concerned about well-being, diminishing stress levels, diminishing anxiety, improving blood flow, calming, whatever it has become now part of the usual life, it has become B influence, basically. B influence is some teaching or practice that comes from higher consciousness that has been cut from its source, and it's been imbued with some distortion or with mixed stuff, and now it's plunged in everyday life. And this is B influence, you know, conscious in its origin but mechanical in its manifestation. So, but to narrow it down even more, two types of meditation that are interesting for us, let's say. Is there the meditation as a practice? Yeah, this is a spiritual practice, and with a certain aim. And it's important to be honest and clear about what's the aim, why you are meditating, and what is this interest. Yeah, because it can be to feel better, it can be a technique to lower cortisol level, or to improve insomnia, or to have more concentration so I can be less ADHD and all of that. Then there is meditation to help in the process of awakening. Yeah, this is what we are interested in. Meditation as a practice to help in the process of waking up. Meditation also can be helpful in the process of waking up, combined with cleaning up. The deeper we go, the more conscious we are, the more our unconscious will come to a surface, because we are willing to meet it. And so skillful meditation helps to shine awareness on these things and not resist them anymore. So now the second type of meditation is meditation not as a practice, but meditation as being our natural state. Some teachers, they talk about meditation is your natural state. The natural state, not the natural state of sleep, lost in daydreaming, but the natural awakened state. So the tricky part here is to combine this doing, because meditation as a practice involves some doingness. There's something to do, a bunch of stuff to do, a bunch of stuff not to do, and this is tricky because it's hard to do a bunch of stuff to reach non-doing. So we have to find the right ratio, right balance of doing and let go of doing. Yeah, so that's why it's tricky to teach. Depends where one is. Will be a different kind of meditation that is necessary. For most people, and maybe everybody here, I'm not sure, but as we close our eyes, we are dealing with the monkey mind and lots of thoughts and associations. If we are in this category, then to have a little concentration first is useful. Concentration is on the way to meditation. Concentration is just focusing on a certain stable object. The purpose is of developing more attention, and in this process for the static to quiet down. Yeah. However, the tricky part with this is that some traditions, they spend all the time concentrating, basically, like watching the breath all the time. And one achieves a certain results, but they are totally dependent on watching the breath. And when one doesn't watch the breath, it's almost like the ego took a siesta. And then as soon as we stop watching the breath, ego wakes up again, is active. So anyway, the idea is, what I recommend for, let's say, beginner or intermediate, when there is static. Yeah, the opposite of that would be that, let's say, if you are at a certain level where you close your eyes or you just stay with the eyes open, drop in, it's already quiet and you are there present already. Yeah, so that will be another case. But most of us, we are in the first case when there is static. So in this situation, what is helpful is to use for a few minutes, 5-7 minutes or so, something to anchor yourself into the phenomenal now. You know, the breath, or scanning the body for sensations, the breath. And even the breath, you know, the breath is kind of very vague. So within the breath, there are schools that they are bringing awareness to the belly. Even have a hand on it and rising and falling of the belly, just noticing the inflating and deflating of the belly. Another variation would be to notice the intake of the air, the nostrils, coming in and going out. Or the whole movement, the diaphragm and all of that. So that is something that I recommend for the first 5-10 minutes. Sometimes that, for some people, the static is so strong and the monkey mind is so healthy that even that watching the breath will not be, it's too loose. And that is why there are some additional tricks, like to watch the breath and to even count, like 1. And try to do a series of 10 breaths and counting and not going into daydreaming. Yeah, watching thoughts but not engaging, staying with the breath. The counting will add another layer of anchoring. However, after some time, it is recommended to let go of this focusing, anchoring, because that's too much doing and we are kind of stuck in some kind of concentration. And it has nothing to do with deeper, truer self-remembering. So I recommend after 5-7 minutes to it's almost switch to another mode and let go of focusing on one thing, and now have attention open, global, as if you are watching a big landscape, not focusing on the breath, not focusing on a sensation, not focusing on a feeling, more like diffuse, unfocused, being present to the totality of stuff. Yeah, so that would be called like a welcoming, or more deeper, complete form of mindfulness, where we are present to the whole experience as it happens, freestyle. Here, the tricky part is we tend to favor one channel. We tend to focus a lot on thoughts and not getting lost in thoughts, but we are unaware of the body. Or we are very much aware of the body, but we are unaware of the world. So here it's important to, as we talked last time, to have an equal channel of being present to the channel of meditations, the body, and the world at the same time. So that, I would say, that will be the bread and butter of a meditation practice. Now the next step, and I usually when I do our guided meditations, I always go through these steps with slight variations. The next step is, as the mind is a little bit more quiet and we are globally witnessing the content of now, to take almost a backward step and being less interested in the content in the now and be more interested in the space in which the content arises, or in this sense of presence. This would be the highest form of meditation, for being present with the presence. So awareness, aware of itself. When we are able to do that or be that, the mysterious part is that we are obviously going to be present also to the sounds and to incoming thoughts. Yeah, so let's try. So let's start with a few minutes of just being, relaxing, and without trying to change the breathing too much, yet allowing a deeper, smoother, fuller breathing. We just stay with that. And use the sound of a bell to keep you in the game. And on the inhale, we are being kept alive, we are being nourished. So sense, feel, enjoy this life prana coming in. And on the exhale, let go of the whole psychology, letting go of any pursuits. It's falling, dying as a small monkey. Notice the interval when we breathe out completely and before we inhale. This is like a second or half a second. Stay there, present in that shifting. Notice it as if your alien creature just got this body and it's observing fresh this mystery of breathing. And retrieve yourself from the daydreamings. Contain yourself in the present moment. Here it may happen that for some of us we may notice some kind of a discomfort in some part of the breathing. Somewhere. Maybe the inhale is not going well, or the exhale, there's some, maybe. And maybe noticing some discomfort in the, somewhere in the chest or in the gut or somewhere. If that is the case, do nothing about it. Don't fight it. We are being shown something here. Just let the air come in and through that area. Full acceptance, it doesn't need to go away. We can switch gears now and open the sense of awareness so it's global, all encompassing. Experience of the world. Just enjoying hearing. Or with the eyes open, seeing. And witnessing the realm of the body, the posture, these various functional sensations of sitting. The body, the fourth way, it's the realm of the moving center, instinctive center, emotional center. They are playing out in the body. Just attending and fully allowing these energies with full acceptance. And then the area of the thoughts arise in the seeming head. So witnessing all of this flow without being too interested, no agenda, just being with what is here. And something in your being is standing guard, like a watchman, watching to not be veiled by these mental associations. If there is any unpleasantness, don't fight it. And don't focus into it also. We can notice things perfectly without focusing into something. Being open to whatever is happening now. This attitude of equanimity. Good feeling, bad feeling, staying as this witnessing space. Don't need to hold on as the body, giving the weight of the body to the chair. No striving. And just like the sounds are flowing through the field, the same thoughts flow through the field. And feelings flow maybe slower, or they're seemingly static. At this level of global welcoming, there are two things to verify. One, that all of these are impermanent, never staying the same. Arising and passing. And the second thing is verify that you are not anything that you perceive. The you, the I, is on the side of the knowing, the perceiving of the flow. Yet don't try to transcend forcefully or to transcend something unpleasant forcefully. There's something unpleasant. Accept it. As a cloud in the sky of your being. In all aspects of this meditation, we need this some kind of quality of a watchfulness, alertness, so that these mental associations don't take us in a merry-go-round. Because that's the deep habit of the second state of waking sleep. Just being awake to the world, to the psychology, to the mind, to the body. Taking refuge in the self, as Buddha would say. Self as that which is aware. Now being even less interested in all of this movie, and notice the fact of being aware, the fact of being, not as a practice, but it's already here. Sensing the totality. Noticing the space in which these energies flow through, the space in which the thoughts bubble in and out. Being aware of the fact that you are conscious. Don't try to grab it, pinpoint this. Whatever you can pinpoint, the presence is that which is aware of it. Relax any sense of striving and just letting ourselves be. Just this moment. And you can gradually, gently, softly open the eyelids. And continuing to, in a relaxed fashion, be present to the body, the mind, and the world. And the sense of our own presence. Be back.